Welcome, welcome, welcome. Geekshow Arcade.
That was a smooth entry without Landon here.
It's weird, isn't it?
That was weird.
Fantastic.
I'm feeling weird.
Kind of flows.
Landon, you didn't interrupt him or cough or anything.
I heard no beeps or boops.
This is Geekshow Arcade, where we talk about video games and video game related things. So let's introduce our panelists. Back for more. 2 shows in a row with him. It's James, the
What's
man
up,
in
guys?
his mid-30s.
Lower mid-30s, correction. And, just getting redder by the second, apparently. When I drink screwdrivers, apparently that's what happens to me. You notice I'm sitting, my backdrop is a closet, because I'm just out. Just came out. That's where I usually like to hang out, physically.
All right.
And if you'll notice, I also got a Roomba in here, too.
Keeping things clean.
Yeah,
I like it.
Roomba in the room.
That's James, keeping things clean. All right, we got above James, not keeping things clean, Jaren.
I keep things dirty.
Heimscheisse.
Heimscheisse.
I'm Jaren. You can find me on, what's that social network called? Blue
Blue Sky.
At Geronius. And you can find me on Geek Show Help Desk, where I talk about stuff.
Ta-da. And, of course, we got Captain Sarlacc himself.
I'm the Sarlacc pit this week. Apparently I'm a giant slug. I did not know that.
Sarlacc cuckoo cachoo.
But, yep, just consuming and hating myself. I bet the Sarlacc is very self-deprecatory. Anyway, probably hates himself.
Deprecating.
I don't think that's a word.
It is now.
Self-deprecating.
Self-deprecating. Self-deprecatory. Well, anyway, that's me. Follow me here. Follow me on Blue Sky. I don't remember what my username is, but good luck. So, we have a host. His name's Tony.
Hey, that's me. Just over here looking up what a Sarlacc looks like. Kind of looks like a tree underground with a lot of nut sacks around its neck.
Oh, yeah, that
Very
tracks.
vascular.
Yeah,
That tracks.
Check
A
me out
Balchinian.
on Blue Sky at Quad T or on other Geek Show podcasts. All right. Game stuff. Here we go. Do we have any emails of gaming-related items?
No, we do not.
Wow, okay. Well, if you do want to email us, it's simple. geekshowarcade@gmail.com. Drop us
Side
a
note,
line.
if you lose a job that you were working at and then you go purely contract work, don't download RoomWorld to fill the in-between time because it will
me
take
just tell you.
and all of it.
It'll just take all the time.
Let me just tell you something. James and I are friends on Steam somehow. I like that we are. But I see that a lot. James has started playing RimWorld. I saw that notification so many times that I thought that your auto clicker bot was somehow malfunctioning.
Move
It's
to
all me.
RimWorld.
It's all me, baby.
It's like every 5 minutes. I was like, does he quit and then start up again? Is it that fast? Do you do microdosing? Are you microdosing RimWorld?
I think I'm up to 950 hours or something like that on.
So not
Oh, wow.
that would be macro dosing.
That's macro for sure.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Well,
I love that game so much, and if any other people out there, we can start a group. We can get over this together.
I
Come
don't
play
think
with
we'll
him.
ever get
Continue
over it. It's
playing.
part
No,
of
come
you.
look at him. He's like, no, come play with me. We'll get over it together. We'll be.
think
They
he's
do have a
playing right
multiplayer
now.
mod.
Are you
Do you
playing it
hear
right now?
all of that mouse clicking?
Wait, are you playing RimWorld right now?
James?
No.
James,
I mean, let's look on Steam.
Yes, let's.
James, are you playing it right now?
I don't like it when you make me go full screen because it makes me confront my mortality. I look so much older than I used to, and it really bums me out. My face has just gotten rounder. It bums me out. I'm still a pretty slim guy, truth be told. I'm not quite to Jaren, but I'm somewhere between Owen and Jaren.
I'm not slim anymore.
Give it up. No, he's not. You should. He can't even sit. He can't.
Hey,
You should.
hey,
You should
Owen,
see him. You should see him at. See, yes, he
No,
couldn't even
he's
sit on the
not.
ground.
What sound
couldn't
does
sit
Jaren
up-
make when he
he
gets out of a
couldn't-
chair?
Cry noises. Or if he has an earache, he's like, oh, what do? I haven't had antibiotics in 18 years.
Okay, how many of you guys actually have an ergonomic pillow that you sleep on?
Nope.
I'm so close, James.
Ergonomic pillow, like a
I'm
body
so close.
pillow?
I'm so close to getting the one that you can put your arm under
I've seen
and lay on your side. Oh, It's like I'm holding off because just like a bidet, I'm not ready yet.
Not ready to admit that
Not
you need
ready to
it.
admit to that I need that.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Oh, we talk about games on this show, right? Let's do that.
Do we have any emails?
No, we already did
already
that.
already
Oh,
covered
you already
that.
asked for that? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. I was checking to see if James was.
He's still
Playing.
playing. I can hear it click, 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 click. Let's talk about the first Xbox Direct of 2025. They showed off 4 games in fairly depth. In fairly depth.
See? See?
In depth.
Is that a word? Come on, Jaron, say it. Is that a word?
No, I'm not going to say that. I'd be a
Oh
jerk
yeah.
if I did that.
Right. You gotta.
Like you just did.
You got a slime shicer. Got a slime shicer.
When did you guys start speaking German?
The guy on Instagram who does.
Is that a
German
new thing
words
that you
every
guys just
day.
picked up? Are you guys on Duolingo?
No, you gotta go. We'll send you the video.
It's real
Did we
text
get bought
every
by
day.
a bigger network that's German?
Yeah.
No. Do we have
Yeah,
any
we're
German
making-
sponsors?
We're making Franks now, baby.
We got Chuckarama. This episode is brought to you by Chuckarama. Why wait for Thanksgiving dinner as a family? Are you ready to embark on a culinary adventure that's equal parts glorious and questionable? Say hello to Chuckarama Buffet, where the food is plentiful, the choices are endless, and the consequences are, well, let's say memorable. Chuckarama,
Dude.
All
where
right.
buffet glory always means good bathroom story.
Dude,
That
you
was so
got
much better when I was writing it.
you gotta take your kids there though. Have you taken your kids there?
I
It's
don't take
glorious.
my kids out. I'm trying not to stay on first name basis with them.
Oh yeah, right. You never know when you're gonna take off.
I'm keeping my options open. Florida's looking pretty good.
Right. Except they got snow.
Florida has
Go ahead,
snow.
Tony.
How many Deutschmarks did we make for that ad read?
We can eat there at full price if we want.
Full price?
Yeah.
Nice. What a deal. Okay, showed off at this week's Developer Direct. The biggest game I think is pretty. I mean, I guess it's just my
It's the
choice.
biggest game ever.
I think it because there was the surprise announcement. The surprise announcement game was Ninja Gaiden 4. Nobody knew that was
And
coming. I don't
Ninja
think.
Gaiden 2 remake.
And then one more thing at the end of that
Yeah.
presentation, Ninja Gaiden 2 remake out that day on Game Pass.
Oh.
Is
Ninja
that like
Gaiden-
Dark Souls?
They pulled it off again. Like they did that with Hi-Fi Rush, which
Yep.
they
Yeah.
later abandoned.
No.
So, Ninja Gaiden is it's not really like Dark Souls because it's before Dark Souls, but it is definitely a very difficult action game. So it does in that aspect it's kind of similar, yeah. But it looked pretty cool. If you're into the Ninja Gaiden games, I think you're going to be excited. It appears to be on its own engine. From what Digital Foundry was saying, it looks like it's their own engine for that. But the Ninja Gaiden 2 Black remake, it uses Unreal Engine 5, and so it's got probably has the typical Unreal Engine 5 bugbears.
Did you play Ninja Gaiden 2 when it came out?
Back in the day, I played it a little bit, yeah,
Yeah.
until I
was
realized
a big
how
fan of
hard
that.
it was.
I know. That's the problem. They
super
were
hard.
unforgiving.
Yeah.
Even in the Super Nintendo or whatever they first launched on, it was very unforgiving.
So they made Ninja Gaiden 1 through 3 on Xbox and Xbox 360, if I remember correctly, and they were super hard.
Yeah.
So that does. I mean, it looks pretty rad though. So we'll see. I think they're working with is Platinum. I want to
Platinum
say
Games, yeah,
Yeah, Platinum Games.
as well as Ninja Theory.
Yep, Ninja Theory and Platinum Games are working together on this one. Looking pretty good.
Ninja Theory not making a Hellblade game. It's like the exact opposite.
Which is also interesting because Ninja Theory does its best work with the Unreal Engine. And so if it's not an Unreal Engine game, then it's just out of character for them, at least recently. So anyway, they showed that one off. We'll get to the what I think was the coolest one last, but they also showed off this one, which I'm pretty excited for, called South of Midnight. We saw this one a little bit last year.
This
Yeah.
one looks neat.
It looks really cool.
The setting is probably what I'm most excited about, like the swamps down in Louisiana
Bayou
right?
stuff. And from an artistic standpoint, it's very unique, really cool looking. It sounds like it's got some really good voice acting, and I hope all of those come together and tell a really cool story, because I think it has potential to definitely for that.
The
Yeah, I
artwork
mean-
is very unique. It halves the frame rate for
That's
characters.
the thing. I'm a little worried about it.
Apparently, you can turn that off in settings. That's what
Okay.
I heard. That's what I
As
read.
long as you could turn that off, I am perfectly fine with it, because I really struggle when it comes to making the character movement choppy versus the rest of what's going on screen.
I thought
Just
they did it well in
like
Hi-Fi Rush, though.
Hi-Fi Rush, it did work with, but
I guess they only did it in the
they only did it in the
cutscenes.
cutscenes. Is the
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
But the biggest example of this one that I struggle with the most is the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse game movies.
Love that animation. It's
They're
amazing.
the style and everything's fantastic, but I hate how they do the choppy movement. It drives me bonkers.
What do they do? Just lower the frame rate?
It seems like they just cut out half of the animations when.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
anime does that particularly. They'll do like pages per like frames per second. They'll drop it to like 10 or 14 frames per second to
Yeah.
give that
To mimic
choppy.
actual
Yeah.
hand-drawn art, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and Into the Spider-Verse, it was done for artistic reasons. Like, if you'll notice, like, it was like 23 frames per second. Miles was animated at the beginning to just
Yeah.
show, like, he was coming into his own. And then, like, at the end, he was fully animated.
Well, no, because they did the same animation in the second movie.
Your mom was done in the second movie.
It sounded
They
like
did,
a nice
but-
story, though.
But that is right. They did animate Miles differently, like at different frames than the rest of it. Just
Yeah,
to
Tony.
make him look.
They did?
Yep.
No, it was every character was like that.
Nope.
I think they
Miles.
dropped it more during the action sequences, just like anime does, right? But yeah, I think it was all that characters moved kind of in that stilted, jittery way, and that drives me bonkers. It takes like half an hour of watching that movie before my brain can just settle down with it. The other show that did that really bad was the Dragon Prince on Netflix.
Oh, I like that. But they did change it in season 2.
Oh, good, because I bailed after season 1. I need to go back to it then.
Yeah.
I forced my way to get through season 1, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's too janky.
According to Reddit, Into the Spider-Verse, Miles is animated in a less smooth 12 FPS compared to the more experienced Spider-Man Peter Parker, who's animated at 24 FPS.
Oh, well, there you go. I thought that was every case. I swear my brain just thinks every character moves choppy in that show,
Assuming Reddit's correct, because
Yeah,
they
that's
did not source anything.
Reddit's always correct.
Fangirl blog also says the same thing. So
but- Okay.
Tell
But
them
yeah,
why,
anyway,
Violet.
South of Midnight, really interesting looking. It's supposed to come out on April 8th this year, and it'll be on game. All of these games we're going to talk about are going to be on Game Pass, and Ninja Gaiden is also going to be on PS5 and PC and Xbox. So
Are
The other
any
one
of
they
these
showed off-
games
what?
exclusive to Xbox? I don't think any of them are.
I think Phil Spencer
Well,
said something about how that's not the way anymore.
South of Midnight
Oh, yeah.
is
Yeah,
Xbox
he's-
and
he said
PC
that
only.
before.
Oh.
Are you sure?
According to this Xbox news.xbox.com article I'm reading
According to Reddit.
from Xbox. Now they also, actually the next one we're going to talk about is Xbox and PC only too. This one looks really
Huh, you're right.
weird. It's called Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
This game looks so compelling to me, except for the turn-based RPG elements, which to some is a plus. For me, it's not. But
So-
like the story and the characters, it
The
looks
art?
really nice.
It
Yeah,
looks-
the art.
It looks wild. It's a reactive turn-based RPG, so meaning you'll be able to help
Hey, at a very
counter-
specific time.
Yeah, quick time. Quick time.
Quick time
fight.
events are. That's
Yeah.
even worse.
I know. So that is a good or a bad thing depending on your view on it. This comes out on the 24th of April, but the thing behind this one is the story just looks really interesting because apparently in this world, once a year, someone called the Paintress paints a number that everyone in the world can see, and that means at the end of the year, everyone that is that age will die.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a Hiro Miyamoto thing. Cool.
Is that a what? That was
I
done
don't know.
before?
Just keep going.
Anyway, but it looks like it's looking like it's gonna be a really big, like large map style of game. It's a fantasy version of late 19th century France. The main character is voiced by Charlie Cox, Daredevil, and yeah, I have my hopes up a little bit about this one, but the one question that I still have, this company that makes it, Sandfall Interactive, this is their first game. So that doesn't mean it's going to be bad.
Right.
Halo
I mean,
was Halo
but-
Bungie's first game?
oh,
What did Bungie come out with
No,
before
man.
Halo?
They came out with, Super
Bungie
Monkey
made
Balls.
Marathon. They
Oh,
made
okay. I just thought
all
they were
sorts
in
of
the
games
same
in
boat.
the '90s for the Mac.
It's the only time I first played. I cared about them.
That was when Bungie,
Myth
hit the
1,
big
Myth
time.
2.
yeah.
Those
What's
were
another
awesome
studio that have come out with a one-hit first game wonder? though?
Stellar Blade.
Yeah, Stellar Blade. So like I said,
Guys that made fish.
I hope this is good, but being that it's a huge game from a first-time studio, I don't expect it to be, ace quality. I'll bet there's some stuff that you're gonna just have to deal with mechanically and glitch-wise and whatnot. But we'll see. I'm hoping for the best. And then the one everyone was waiting for, Doom: The Dark Ages. An extensive look at this game, and
Looks so
man,
good.
it
Did you ever play the
looks
second
good.
Doom game?
Yeah, Doom Eternal. Super
I keep meaning to play that one. It's on Xbox, but
It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend that one. One of the neat things they did in this was they described each of the Doom games in 3-word, sentence fragments, I guess you would call it. They said Doom 2016 was all about run and gun. Doom Eternal was about jump and shoot. And Doom: The Dark Ages is stand and fight. Because in this one, you don't have as crazy of movement speed as the other Doom games. You don't have double jump, it looks like. You don't have the grapple hook. It's all
But you
about...
have a giant shield with a chainsaw built
Yeah.
into it.
You're basically a freaking tank who can move pretty quickly, and you're supposed to just stand toe to toe with all these demons.
The amount of enemies they've put into this compared to previous games is just increased substantially.
Yes.
So you're just taking down hordes of demons. It looks awesome.
And the
Side note.
shield,
Close quarters.
yep, the shield has a chainsaw around the outside of it. So not only is it a shield, it's
a boom boom
chainsaw
stick.
shield.
It's a boom boom stick.
The first two games, they were very much arena type fighting. You get
Yep.
into a room, things close, you have to defeat a bunch of people, you move on. This seems less like that.
Well, this looks like it's almost a very, I don't want to say open world, but it looks very expansive as far as what you
Yeah.
get to explore.
Right. You'll hit a zone and get rushed
So
instead of an arena.
I'm all for them changing up that formula because I don't dislike arena fighting, but old FPSs weren't like that, and
Right.
wouldn't mind a old style FPS with modern graphics.
Well, and apparently too, they are really putting a lot more work, even more so, into the graphics for this one compared to the previous two. Because first of all, it's not cross-gen. This is only Series X, Series S, and PS5, PC, obviously. So they're not going to be held back by the previous hardware, and they're making ray tracing somehow a integral part of how the game plays. Like they said, ray tracing will have gameplay elements or be a part of the gameplay. So I'm not entirely sure what they meant by that. We're going to see, though. And then, what was the other thing? I don't remember. But point is, it looks awesome, and I'm very excited for that. Coming out in May, so it's only a couple months away. That was one of the things that was so cool about this developer direct is all 4 of these games are coming out in like the next 3 or 4
5.
months. 5? Oh yeah,
Ninja Gaiden.
But Ninja Gaiden 2 was that day. So yeah. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. They said they've put a big focus on the story, pulling all of it from the Doom Arcana, the Doom history. And if you played 2016 and Eternal especially, there's all of this stuff along the way where they talk about the Doom Slayer and how feared he was back in the day when the first time he came around. That's what you're playing in the Dark Ages.
There's an
I think
actual-
they were
there's a-
referencing the original Doom games.
There's a
but I guess
story.
not.
There's a
No.
storyline in Doom.
Yeah.
In the newer ones.
In the newer ones, yeah.
It's so over the top and
okay.
ridiculous and like
It's so
purposefully
cool, though.
dark and gothic, but it's awesome. I don't know.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
straddle the line very, very well.
Yeah, and so this one, you hear about the myth of the Doom Slayer a lot in Doom Eternal, when you pick up fragments of lore and whatnot. And so this is the game where you actually are doing the things that they were talking about in the myth fragments of the myth later on in Eternal. This is a prequel. And then last but not least, you will be able to operate a 30-story high mech and take on 30-story high demons.
Okay,
And
I'm in on
ride
that.
a dragon.
I'm in on
Titanfall
that.
meets
That's all.
Doom.
That's all I needed. That's all. You should have led with that.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
in.
and then Jaren
Day one.
mentioned as well, you get to ride a dragon too. So it
I
just
you
still.
gu-
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Tony.
No,
No,
you
it
go.
looks
You
awesome.
go.
No, I'm not going. You go.
Have you guys seen Secret Level by any chance? Have you guys already
yeah,
talked
I
about
watched
that?
all of them. Yeah,
Did you know that the Doom Slayer was supposed to be in an episode with Master Chief?
oh,
But
that would have
Xbox
been
said no.
glorious. Glorious.
Oh man,
I liked
That was
about
awesome.
half of those quite a bit.
the
other
Pac-Man
half-
one was a little
Was
much.
out there.
Yeah, like halfway through, I'm like, which one am I watching? Pac-Man? That's weird.
Yeah. Half of them were pretty cool. The other half were kind of like, eh. But to be fair, that's how Love, Death, and Robots is as well. And it's the
I
same
love
company.
Death, and Robots.
Yeah, half of those are super freaking awesome, and the other half are kind of like, eh. Well, I would say probably more 2/3 are awesome of Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh man, the Keanu Reeves one. Oh my gosh,
That
when
was
he
cool.
launches his mech, it makes
was
me want to
super
play that
cool.
game so bad.
Yeah. I really liked the, of course, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger voicing the main character.
Yeah, what game was that?
New World? Eternia, I think?
I haven't played that. Was it just like a love letter to PlayStation, I'm assuming?
There was a lot of PlayStation games in that, yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't understand like half of those
Especially
games.
the very last one was all about PlayStation stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which was kind of a bummer, but like, man, I would have loved to have seen. Like that was my biggest issue is it gets you so turned on to these IPs, and then all that it is an. If you guys haven't, what we're talking about is Secret
Concord,
Level on.
dang it!
Yeah, Concord was in there. And that
Which one
went
was
nowhere.
Concord?
That game got shut down after 3 weeks. It's already gone.
Where was Concord in Secret Level?
Yeah.
Which one was that one?
That was the one about the heist.
Oh, I'm not the bad guy. We're not the bad guys.
I think
Where
so,
they kept
yeah.
saying that over and over again.
I
Oh
think
my
so.
gosh. Yeah, we're talking about the Amazon. If you guys haven't seen it,
Yeah.
listeners,
My favorite-
Amazon Prime Video.
My favorite
Awesome.
one by far though was the Exodus one, with the father trying to chase down his daughter through
Oh, yeah.
space with the time, not the time jumps, but the faster than light travel, where the universe ages faster than you because you're traveling faster than light. That game looks really cool, by the way. If you haven't looked into that Exodus, I don't know if it has a release date yet, but it's a whole lot of people that worked on Mass Effect from BioWare. building
See, and
this
I,
game.
I super appreciated the Outer Wilds one, but that's one
Yeah.
that I can only watch once. And then once
Yeah.
I watch it, I'm just like, that guy is too much of me, and I'm not going to watch it again. I watch these as an escape, not as a
Not as a reminder.
Yeah. But yeah, like, and quick question, and as a gamer, I've been playing Warcraft Total War, which is just another Total War game just with reskin. Is there a Warcraft game that's basically a one-to-one of the tabletop that you guys are aware of?
You mean Warhammer, not
Warhammer.
Warcraft.
Yeah. Because, man, that Space Marine one, dude, that one was intense.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only one I've played is Space Marine. So
See, and I want to do tabletop Warhammer, but I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah,
I could 3D print all the figurines, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna.
I work with somebody who is a huge tabletop Warhammer guy.
Oh, for real?
He's in his early 20s.
Is he
Not
lonely?
married. I don't know. I don't think so. Landon,
Okay.
if you're listening, I don't think you're lonely. He has
Like,
roommates,
that's not for
and
me
they're
to
in the
judge.
same, and they're in the same boat. And he has a small amount compared to other people he hangs with, but he has bins and bins and bins and bins and bins.
Holy cow.
And his friend has a shed full. So when you go Warhammer, and you've got your own 3D printer, oh, it can get crazy. He says he has
people
more
out there-
unpainted than painted because
That's what I was going to
the
say.
3D printing part is cool, the painting part is tedious.
Well,
people
Lee
out
George
there that
Cade
don't-
on Geekshow Prime does all the paintings. So.
There's people out there that don't even play the games. They just like to paint the miniatures. You know?
Did you know Henry Cavill does it?
Yeah.
Warhammer?
Oh, yeah.
That's insane to me. He's too good looking.
I
All
wish
right.
I were him.
Don't we
know.
all? Don't we all?
He's doing the show, right? He's doing the Warhammer.
They're working
show?
on a Warhammer show.
Yeah.
See, and that's the thing is that next level makes me think like they could just animate everything and I'd be okay with it.
Same with Arcane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
they could.
Like,
Oh, yeah, because there was a Warhammer episode. and
Yeah, that
I
one was
forgot.
awesome.
That one was really good. Yeah, super good.
But I just want to see like the other factions.
Yeah. Apparently the lore goes deep with Warhammer. There's books and books and books of it. All right, let's talk about NVIDIA 5090, 5080. First up, getting one looks like it's going to be hard.
Ah.
They've already said that there are limited stock for the release day, but they're going to be shipping more as fast as they can.
What is this, 2017?
That's what it feels like. man.
There's like the logical part of my brain says I'm not going to get one, but there's a part of me that's holding out hope, and I'm going to be so disappointed Thursday morning at 7:30, trying to still get one, and I'm going to be late for work at this point.
Is this the
Are you
same
buying
part
bots?
of-
Are
is
you
this-
buying bots yet? Have you started buying bots off the black market yet?
I refuse to buy bots.
Again.
I will not give in.
Is this
Again.
the same part of your brain that hoped that we were going to walk out of the presentation with
We all having
5090
a
for
5090
everyone in the
tape-
audience?
taped
to
under
see
the
Yeah,
chair.
yeah. This
Hey,
part of
look
my
under your
brain
chair.
is very unreasonable and makes Jaren Prime very unhappy.
Yeah, I like that, Jaron. You know what? I appreciate him because he's the most hopeful version of you. But he's
he is-
also childlike because it's
All
so
of-
innocent.
yes. All of Jaren's optimism got funnled into this small
Into-
part of
into
his
Into
brain,
the
One-
worst.
and it creates
hope.
these unrealistic
Hope.
expectations.
I hate hope. Gosh,
Ah.
smash it with a hammer.
So there you go. Obviously
These guys are still going for it though.
we're still going to go for
Still
it.
wait.
but
Still hoping for a insider pre-invite purchase key.
We'll
link that you
see.
got
We'll
before?
see. I
We
got
have a
one
day
for some
left.
reason. I got one for some reason on the day before the 40 series launch.
Yeah,
so.
Jensen, what's up, my guy? Leaving Tony out in the cold like he doesn't even know you.
No,
Yep,
Jaren.
man.
It's Jaren now.
I was
Jaren
there.
gets it.
I was
Leave
there.
it.
I saw your alligator jacket.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
he laughed and clapped at
Tony
it.
was the only one that laughed at the stupid Captain America
He
sheep
thought-
joke.
I
He-
get you.
He
Come
thought
on,
those
man.
robots were real, and
I
we
thought the
all know
robots
you
were
wanted.
real.
And you know that he wanted people to, because that was a really high def screen. Let's be honest.
Super high def. All right, but launch woes aside, the reviews are in for the 5090 over the last week, and
It turned out kind of how I expected.
Yeah.
Because they provided some form of benchmarks prior to the review embargo, and people were able to glean that it's about a 30% increase. And that's how the reviews turned out.
in raw performance.
In raw rasterized performance, it's around, and ray tracing performance, about a 30% increase compared to previous generation. What they're really trying to sell is their DLSS features, multi-frame gen, which, depending on the person, may or may not like that as a feature. So a lot of the reviews are like, it's the best card out there, but for $2,000 starting price, it's very pricey.
That's what I heard people were saying. If you compare it straight across, no DLSS, straight across the 4090, it's not as great of a uplift.
It's not as big of an
Well-
uplift from the 4090 to from the 3090.
Exactly.
That was huge.
Yeah.
And the percentage of gains is pretty close to equal with the price increase. So it's not even like you're getting more bang for your dollar. You're paying more money for more performance, and it scales linearly. Aside from the AI, the multi-frame generation.
Yeah. If you don't have like a 4K 240 hertz monitor, the multi-frame gen is probably kind of a worthless feature for you. Tony, I'm very excited to try it out.
Still on it.
I'm a fan of the frame gen
Have to have
in
it.
most cases. So, yeah, I'm going to get my card Thursday morning. It'll be shipped to me by Saturday. It's going to be a great weekend.
There's that optimistic Jaren coming out again.
I love it. It's like trying to squeeze one of those stress ball things. It's gonna pop out. He tries constantly to crush it, and it just squeezes out between his fingers. It
See, I
pops up.
picture it more as like him trying to squeeze a stone,
Yeah,
and then his fingers break around the stone, and he gets mad at the stone.
and he
for
blames
breaking
the
his
stone.
fingers.
Yeah, how dare you?
It's going to work, guys. I just
Stupid
know it.
stone.
Disappointed me for the
Why'd
last
you-
time.
Why'd you hurt me, Stone?
I can feel it.
All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's hit on DLSS 4 while we're at it. One of the cool things, we've gone over this a little bit already. DLSS 4 is backwards compatible with all of the RTX stack 20, 30, 40 series.
Not the
only
multi-frame gen.
The only thing you're not getting is multi-frame gen. That's exclusive to the 5000 series. But the 4000 and below, receiving the rest of the DLSS 4 stuff is
Is that
freaking-
live now?
yeah, you can use it already in Cyberpunk 2077, and there was one other game that supports it right now too that I can't think of.
Which I just barely replayed that game all the way through start to finish, and my gosh, Phantom Liberty.
Oh, see,
that game.
I have been slacking. I haven't played Phantom Liberty yet. I bought it. I
man.
bought it already, but I haven't played it.
I'll tell you what, that is. It's been a minute since I've had that good of a start to a game.
Nice.
It is amazing.
I'm excited. I think that'll be the game I run on the 5090. That'll break it in. Alan Wake 2 is the other one that has it available.
Oh, really?
At least that's what it was tested with by Digital Foundry. So the thing
Oh,
about
because they had pre-release.
oh, did they have pre-release code? Okay, but it is live on Cyberpunk.
It
that
is,
one,
yeah.
That one is live for sure. Yeah, the short story is everything looks better with this new DLSS model, DLSS 4. The ghosting has been minimized significantly. The texture details have been uplifted dramatically when using DLSS, and you get basically a better looking picture using performance mode than you got before using quality mode.
Yeah, they still need to test it more. What I heard was performance is probably similar to between balanced and quality. But
It's better than balance. That's right. Better
Yeah,
than balance,
yeah.
almost quality.
But there'll be more testing and more games that we'll see.
And-
It's hard to make a judgment call based on just two games, especially those are the two games that NVIDIA wants you to try.
True.
So we'll
But
see
those
how
are
it shakes
also-
out.
Those are also two of the games that use the technology the most.
Yep.
So something to consider as well. But yeah, as more games release with it, we'll be able to test it out and see. And since NVIDIA is updating the NVIDIA app with the ability to drop new DLSS into different games,
I love that because games such as Jedi Survivor and Hogwarts Legacy, pretty much any Unreal Engine game, they used a crap DLL version of FrameGen with ghosting like crazy. And every time you have to plug in a new DLL that you have to download from the internet, so this just makes the process a whole lot easier.
yep. And it should make it so you can test this out on other games too. So cool stuff. We'll keep you informed as things shake out there.
If I get a code, Jaron, I'll give it to you.
Owen,
And
Me
you
and
can
my-
tell he means it.
Me and the 7 other bots I set up that all are all
and
part of the insider program.
My heart goes out to you.
No,
Hey.
no, Jared.
No,
No,
no.
no.
That
What?
was all just captured. We're getting
Bad-
canceled.
bad
And with your
Musk.
and with your call sign, you just can't be doing that.
Oh no!
Bad Jaron Musk.
Oh crap!
All right,
Just-
Jaron Musk.
just
Tell us
here.
about Switch 2.
Phil Spencer was on a podcast recently. Pretty much he was complimenting Nintendo and the Switch 2, and he basically confirmed that Switch 2 will also be getting Xbox games. I guess to no one's surprise at this point.
Yeah.
I just wish that Microsoft would just finally divulge their freaking strategy, because I'm kind of with the Xbox fanboys at this point. What's the point of having an Xbox if all of the Xbox games are going to show up on other platforms?
I think
Seems
he
like
said
Xbox
this-
is going open source.
Well, he said this on that same podcast. I think he said, keeping games exclusive to Xbox is not our path.
I know.
It's
Yeah. What is their path?
to keep games off of other platforms. We don't think that's the path. That's not the path for us. It doesn't work for us.
So why does the Xbox
Why?
exist?
Exactly.
have
Is it just a Game Pass machine?
Exactly. You
You have
nailed
to
it.
buy hardware, then you have to buy
the
subscription to
giant
that hardware.
NVIDIA shield.
It is. You got it on the money. It is the Game Pass machine. They want you to buy the hardware, subscribe to Game Pass.
Not a
And
fan. Not a fan.
here's the thing, though.
Somebody left the Sega plan book on a bar stool, and they
Yeah,
found it, and they're
they
like,
found
"Oh, this
it.
sounds great."
This works great. But so and then in another interview, he said, "We love our platform and our hardware, but we're not going to put walls up where people can engage with great games our studios are building. Our games will show up on more places, no doubt." Exactly what Jaren's saying. Like, why get
Yeah.
an Xbox? I probably the Series X is probably the last Xbox I'll buy.
They love their hardware, but no one else does at this point. Like they're losing the console race. They're dead
Yep.
last.
We'll see.
Just get out of the hardware business.
But did you know Xbox has AI built into it?
It's got AI.
Yes, James. It does have a modicum.
It's
of
got
AI
AI.
built
It's
into
very,
it.
it's very fast. Very,
Very,
it's very good. Please, please buy this,
it's
guys.
bona
Please.
fide. It's bona fide.
He's bona fide.
It's bona fide.
All right, and then let's talk about Steam Brick.
Oh, the Steam Brick. This is a really interesting GitHub. Really, it's an enthusiast story. He hasn't done an official walkthrough yet, but what this guy did on with an OLED screen Steam Deck is pretty cool. He used iFixit's teardown videos to get into this without destroying everything, and he essentially took a Steam Deck OLED, ripped the screen, ripped everything off of it, and it is now just a brick with the motherboard, the batteries, and a fan, a power
Why-
button, and a USB-C port.
Why batteries? Isn't he just making like a steam machine?
He basically made a Steam box.
He made so it's and that's where they're
But why
calling
keep
it
the battery though?
At first, so the original article from Tom's Hardware says that he doesn't have the battery. But when you go to the GitHub article that's actually linked, where he goes through with a lot more pictures in depth of how he did it, it shows the batteries in the frame still, and him leaving them in and talking about the battery life being the same as if it doesn't have the screen.
One thing it could possibly be as well is some of these handhelds cannot do pass-through charge, where
Right.
you can't, or pass-through power, I should say. You can't power the hardware without the battery in line.
He did prove
Yeah.
that he proved
sense.
so he did prove that works though. So
But you can bypass the battery.
it'll run direct
Cool.
through the
Okay, well, there you
through the
go.
plugged-in power supply. But yeah, so he went and pulled everything off. The biggest hurdle is that a lot of handhelds will do a diagnostic to see if they have a screen, to see if they have these components, and if they don't, they throw an error. But the Steam Deck, particularly because of the way that Valve made this open source, made it very DIY friendly, so you could get in and add more hardware, made it a little bit easier to get into. He took it all off, and And he's like, the main way I play this anyway is by putting on some AR glasses and using a controller. But he didn't like how big the Steam Deck was, and he's like, it wouldn't fit in my backpack, and you got to worry about scratching the screen. And so he's like,
So
so
completely destroy the screen then.
so yeah, he just took it off. It's gone.
it
No
off.
more. He's like,
Don't
this
need
thing is durable. You just chuck it in your backpack. You don't even worry. And then he just uses one of those USB-C hubs, like the small one that's just like a port replicator.
There's our
And adds
reason why their battery's still there, so he
Yeah.
can play it with his AR
Yep.
glasses.
Yeah, so he plays with his AR glasses and with the Steam Deck with the controller and it's a really cool story. He says he hasn't done a walkthrough, but it's 24% lighter. He found out there's actually an aluminum frame inside the Steam Deck for rigidity, which is really cool because he was able to use that to just slide it into his new 3D printed case that he makes. And the picture he put up there, he did it. It's called the Steam Brick, and it looks pretty cool. I don't know.
does look pretty
I'm
good.
I'm actually kind of interested in a set top Steam box type thing. I think you can do that now with SteamOS. Can't you run SteamOS natively now?
SteamOS isn't out yet, other than in beta.
I thought that you could take it and
But I don't
put
know
it on
if it
beta.
works with any like whatever
Oh,
hardware
okay.
you want. I think.
But
you have
I
to
mean
use
I'm
specific
ready
hardware.
I'm ready for a Steam Deck set like console. Just like, you know.
Box. So
a
they
Steam
tried that,
box.
if you remember, years ago, and the hardware wasn't there for it yet. But
Yeah.
now I think the hardware is there, and I think that you could
Yep.
make a pretty compelling Steam box to put on your TV in your main room and play games on.
Especially with the emulation stuff.
Yeah.
Like the way the Emu Deck has modernized that setup and stuff has made it super easy. Couple of notes here. You can't get into the BIOS anymore at boot because you have to hold down the plus button. The plus button doesn't exist anymore.
No plus button.
But he said if once you get in, you can actually get into the Linux desktop and do a command that will reboot it into the BIOS the next time it reboots.
Oh yeah.
The power light doesn't indicate whether the device is on or off. So he's like, I have a hard time knowing if it's on or not.
Oops.
So, but then, you know, on the Tom's Hardware, it says this doesn't, he's like, secondly, the Steam Brick power indicator doesn't differentiate between the system being on or off. And on Tom's Hardware, they say this doesn't sound like a very serious issue as the system is also stripped of battery power. So once unplugged, it isn't going to be left running by accident. But on the GitHub article that they link to, and if you go to it, it shows the battery in there, and he actually talks about how the performance is the same. So
Owen, stop. He started repeating himself, so let's
yeah, there we go.
go on.
Wait. I have that.
That's
Hold
where
on.
full.
Do you
that's
guys
what
know where
I
the
got.
power button is on Owen?
I got to the full loop. I got to the full loop right there.
All right.
Triggered.
Steam Brick.
Steam Brick. Go do it yourself. Here's what I did. First thing I did is I
gonna
scampered off to eBay, and so because what would you like? Does this make it worth it? I went to check to see if there's a broken Steam OLED Steam Deck somewhere, like on eBay for parts only. You could easily make yourself a little Steam Brick. So
I would just
I
go
didn't-
ahead and use an LCD one. You know, it's the same.
yeah, he said
performance,
yeah,
and
he said
way
there's
cheaper.
it's different. He said that the guts inside are a little bit different with the OLED, and so
That's
he's
true.
like if you're following what I did, just know the guts are different on the LCD than the OLED, and your mileage may vary. But I went and found you can find a Steam Deck online for broken for $130.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, so
All right, two more
Anyway.
quick stories, and we're gonna call it. Here we have a company named Nubio who makes watches, and they have made an asteroids watch.
Awesome.
It is a
Look at
limited
this.
edition
Atari.
asteroids watch with orbiting spaceships and orbiting asteroids, and it looks really cool. If you want to check out this article on The Verge, it's gonna run $500, so it's not cheap.
Atari knows what they've got. They've got that name.
Nostalgia. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of which, I'll get it out in a sec. But yeah, so there's that. If you're into watches, squink, and you're into asteroids, also squink. You might want to give this a look. Moving along to some Hogwarts Legacy news.
Game that sold 30 million copies, Hogwarts Legacy, and I like the developer because they're based in Utah, just like us. Anyway, they are giving some love to the PC version of Hogwarts Legacy. Not the kind of love I would want in that they are fixing the stutter,
Fixing it?
horrible stutter problems it has. Well, they're adding mod support.
Naked teenagers.
What?
I said that. I heard it.
What?
The first
Owen.
time TTP will be instantaneous with this mod, with the ability to mod
Well,
this game.
there were unofficial mods before, just like with most games, but now it's officially supported through their own tools, and similar to like Skyrim and stuff, you can apply mods within the game itself, so you don't have to go through all this janky copying files and put it into a specific folder type of stuff.
Yep.
Maybe
So
someone will
that's
mod
cool.
the fixes into the game.
Oh yeah, maybe the
Doubtful.
fans will do their work for them.
They won't. All right, speaking of Atari, what I got right
Ooh,
here.
That's
Ooh, a
Atari.
bag.
This is an Atari box.
Is that the box? Is that their little
We open it up
mini
here.
mini Atari thing?
Come on. Crack this box open, and you will see
You got one.
it's a hat
got
Oh,
a
you got
hat.
the speaker hat?
Whoa.
with speakers.
The speaker hat!
Yes.
So the other day, they were on sale for $25. So I immediately
What did
first
they
thing
go for
I
off
did-
the shelf? What were they
first
off
thing
the
I
shelf?
did was I texted Twyman, I'm going to order one of these. Do you want one as well to save on shipping? And he didn't reply. And
miss
so I
having
just ordered
disposable
two
income.
anyway. And the next day he said, yes, I do. And I said, well, that's good because I ordered you one already.
Yeah.
Put it
He
on.
gotta wait. He's on 3G or 2G, so you gotta wait for those messages to get through. But
It takes a minute, right?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's one of the hats that has the kind of clasp, not
Okay.
clasp, but
little slider
slider back thing. It's a freaking pain in the butt. I'm sure it's not big
The
enough
buckle.
to fit on my head right now, but we'll give it a shot.
I wish it
So-
was just
there we
the
go. Actually,
Atari
that is kinda
logo
almost the right size.
on the
Yeah.
front.
What is the Pong? Is it? I guess that's their game, but
Yeah,
Okay.
I just want the Atari logo on
yeah,
the front. That
would
would
have
be
been
so much
way
cooler.
better. Yeah.
No, this is the Pong version.
Was there an Atari version?
Those sold out a long time ago.
Oh.
It's got the little logo on the side there.
So
Yeah, you
connect it to your phone. Let's hear the audio quality of the speakers.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. I'm not gonna bother to do that.
Come on, that's the whole reason. It's the whole shtick.
It is indeed. It's probably not even charged though. There's a Oh, there's the button. I found the button. Did it light? Oh, did you
Ooh,
guys hear
sad.
that?
I heard
Yeah,
that.
that's loud.
Okay, let's see. Some compelling podcasting going on right here. Does it go into auto pair?
No, you got to go at it.
It does not.
It's Atari. Come on. You got to hold it down.
So if I hold the button down, maybe it'll.
I'm gonna laugh so hard when it's actually wired.
So now it's off. Now hold it down
Okay, it
again.
just went off. I'm gonna turn it on and leave it on, or leave the button down to see if it goes into. Well, now it's just not even turning back on.
Well,
Well, it was made by
classic,
Atari, so
classic Atari.
I'm excited to see what the Sega Smart Glass is next.
Yeah, maybe those will go on sale.
No, the old gaming logos were just the best. Like the old Sega logo, the Atari
Yeah.
logo.
You can tell they were like made in basements with love.
Exactly.
Definitely made in basements. I don't know about the love part, but let's see. While in pairing mode, is there another button?
Nah, it's got to be.
Press
like
and
a
hold
10.
universal button control on the left of the hat side to turn on off. It just says, when in pairing mode, enable Bluetooth on your mobile device. It doesn't say how to
Yeah.
get it into
I
pairing
I
mode.
guarantee you, it's just holding that button down for a minute.
It's
I
got
think
it.
one of the
Probably
best
take-
things
probably have
is
to take it off to do it, so you can see it start to flash that blue light there.
one of the
should
best things
flash.
is you
Oh, it
probably
should
have
be in
to
pairing
do
mode.
Oh,
it.
Look, it's
it's flashing, so it should
Yeah,
be in pairing
it's
mode.
in pairing mode.
Have you done a firmware update for your hat yet?
Yeah, that'll be the next question, right?
Does
There it is. Audio wear is what it says.
They don't even put Atari on the Bluetooth radio. Come on.
Nope. Audio wear. Okay, let's see how this sounds.
Still the default Chinese controller.
It's yeah. These are the Pong ones. They didn't sell as well.
Oh, let's see. I can't put any music on there, or else we'll get demonetized.
You guys are
Done.
getting paid?
Put on Crab Rave.
Oh, Crab Rave. There we go. Okay. We'll test it Linus style. Crab Rave.
I sure hope this works.
Sounds
Working
like,
right now.
Yeah.
That's the max volume.
and we're getting to hear what? Oh,
That's loud.
dude, you would fit right in Vegas.
Sounds like it's clipping.
You sound like you're headed to the roulette table.
Okay, I want a speaker hat. Is that deal still going?
It might be. I don't know.
I'm looking.
So there
Where'd
you
you-
go. I got.
Where'd you find it at?
Where did I find it? I think I
It
just
was a Slick Deals thing.
was
I remember
trolling
seeing
on
it.
Slick Deals. Yeah. So. there you
No,
go.
maybe it was a Wario thing.
Oh, you know what? I think it was. It was a Wario thing. Hang on, I'm gonna put it on again.
Speaker hat. I want to make you mine.
Now I got my own speaker hat, playing my musics.
Was this what I was like when I used to be able to buy anything I wanted?
Yes, exactly like this.
Oh, 75% off.
How'd you find that?
It's on it's on his it's a Twitter post.
There you
So
go.
I'll throw it in Slack.
I might do a full review on it, but I'm not sure yet because I don't think I want to annoy the general public by using it.
I triple dog
You're not
dare
gonna
you to go to
you're,
Wal.
you're not gonna go like wear that in public and listen to TikTok or
Yeah, like go to
Reddit or-
Walmart tonight or something and just wear it in public. And
Where to
So we
work,
got-
man?
Pong on the front side, your little Atari on the left side, and on the back, 1972.
Yep, you
See,
can still
The
still
year
get
Pong
them.
came out.
Jaren had it right. If they had the Atari logo on the front, it would be way cooler.
It would, but this is still pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's still available, guys.
Do
Only
it.
97 left in stock.
Oh,
How
you
much are
better
they
do
again?
it. Now's your
25
chance.
bucks.
Wow.
Comes with a charging
Darren,
cable.
if you buy one,
And-
get two. I'll pay you back. $7.
Guess what?
I want one.
Guess what?
I,
It's micro USB.
Oh, that kills it. Never mind. I'm out.
Jaron won't keep old cables around the house. He
No,
has-
I hate micro USB with a passion.
Micro USB.
The only thing worse is mini USB.
I don't even know where the plug-in hole is.
That's
Anyway,
funny.
Yeah, that's something you figure out on your own.
yeah, it's
Indeed.
weird that that's the second time today that you've had to
if
say
you care
that.
enough, if you care enough, and you still like it after the battery runs out, then that's something to worry about
that's
for
when
future
you
Tony.
figure it out.
You're like, you know what? Nah,
I don't care enough to.
I'll just put it on the
charge
shelf.
Yeah,
It's a good
that's,
story.
Honestly, that's mostly why I bought it. Was to
Yeah.
just put it on the shelf and be like, I got a hat with speakers in it right there.
Yeah.
I will
hat.
tell you, I still have the Boring Company hat because I
I-
like that hat so much.
Same.
Yep, I got
You know,
mine.
if
It's all
it's-
sweaty and nasty because I mowed the lawn with it a bunch of times.
Eventually, you'll just be like, remember this great brand Atari when they hoard themselves out and just had nothing left?
Made hats with speakers
Hats
in 'em.
and mini controllers, emulators, and what else
Anytime
have they done?
watches.
Watches.
Yep.
Anytime when they cry when they dance, it just makes me sad.
All right. Well, there you go. That's our show for today. And for this week, I should say, thanks for listening. But before we go, a word from our sponsor. James?
Word from our sponsor. That's right. Are you tired of having extra money in your bank account? Bored of
Yes.
playing sports games that still feel relevant after a year? Well,
Yeah.
we have the solution for you. It is hard to read when you are drunk. The newest annual sports game. That's right. It's time to drop another $70 on the same game you bought last year, but with slightly updated rosters, a handful of new animations, and maybe a new menu font. Who needs innovation when you can have the same microtransactions? So if you're ready to line up for the same game with a new cost and a new coat of paint, grab the newest annual sports game today, because nothing says I have no self-control like buying the same thing every year. Annual sports game, because there's nothing to look forward to after you turn 30.
Asterisk also applies to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
All right, big shout out to our awesome Patreon backers, patreon.com/helpdeskarcade. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate you. And since Lando isn't here to do the simping and the pimping, did you want to do it again, Owen?
oh yeah, it's really great. Come join our Patreon for $1. You can get some stuff, and then for $6, we'll read your name out. It's pretty cool.
That's
There you
pretty
go.
much what Lando does for the second episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Accurate.
All right. Thank you to David Broshinsky, Interrupting Cow, Aaron Faulkner, Connor Keesaw, and a Twinkie Wiener Sandwich. Thank you, guys.
Boo.
Thanks to Bubba Beauregard, Jason Eatman, even my laser peckers Onyx on Halo. Hello, Govna, Be the 8-year-old, Cheerleader, Kyle. Lando's the Patreon simp. What's his face? Tony the Excel and Power Apps nerd. Travis Johnson says, buy Geek Show Arcade Help Desk stickers at Pyme Graphics on Etsy.
Yep.
There it's shorter. Are you happier now, Lando? Jeremy, no name, no color. Keslow, Eric Steinman. Eric Cruz is the best effing username there is. You are all wrong. Suck a butt, nerds.
Nah.
The in-between rating
Gotcha.
plus 25.
Got 'em.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it. Drop that 0 and get with the hero. DP. Brother Blando Elizabeth Calsodium only wishes he was cool as Ling. Wesley, Turd Ferguson, Stuart Lloyd. Everyone has an excuse, but only the guilty use it. And finally, so-and-so.
All right. Thank you so much, Patreon backers. You are awesome.
I drank way too much in that last episode. That was such a bad idea.
I saw you finishing it off, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
hey,
there he
this
goes.
is gonna be
Yeah.
good."
And he said it was too strong at the beginning of the first episode.
He already
I
did.
did. I did. And I realized
Okay, Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.